Today, how to use brain science to get big projects completed faster and with less drama. Hi, I'm Graeme Newell. My speeches and webinars show you how to use the latest brain science insights to make smarter money decisions. Click on the subscribe and the bell below to see more of my videos. We've all been in them, the important meeting where the bickering goes on for hours and absolutely nothing gets accomplished. So why is it so hard for a smart and capable group of people to agree on a plan of action? Well, a part of the problem is a cognitive bias called bike shedding. This is our brain's pesky tendency to become fixated on small problems. The result is we procrastinate on the big problems. You've probably experienced this yourself. Like when we perseverate on dumb stuff, like wasting half an hour obsessing over the right tie to wear for that big interview. Why is it called bike shedding? The term was coined by an eclectic 1950s British historian. He told the story of a committee building a multi-million-dollar nuclear reactor. Curiously, the committee hadn't gotten anything accomplished on the actual reactor because they were deadlocked in a heated debate on the materials to be used on the plant's bike shed. Bike shedding causes us to put off important tasks and waste time on unimportant tasks. This happens because trivial tasks are just easier for our brain to process. So in that big business meeting, we're asked to voice our opinion. We want to look good. So we voice a decisive opinion on an uncomplicated topic we truly understand. Who wants to stick their neck out and try to solve the big problem that the meeting's really about? It's just easier for a committee to neglect the building construction budget and to obsess on the paint color for the lobby. Our brain is much more comfortable endlessly discussing the hotel for the HR retreat because the brain's fear centers get triggered when we contemplate talking about the real purpose of the meeting, the horrible employee turnover. When our subconscious brain gets frightened, our instinctive reaction is to run away. So our brain flees from the anxiety-producing task and defaults to tasks that cause us less distress. But bike shedding isn't just simple procrastination. It reflects our brain's troubling preference to favor subjective choices and to avoid more accurate, data-driven decisions. For example, it's far more satisfying for us to trust our gut and make a snap judgment on a new job candidate. But you'll make a smarter decision if you stick to an objective analysis of all that person's strengths and weaknesses. But that requires that you shout down your gut instincts and stick to the facts. Our brain has a powerful tendency to go with what feels good right now, not what's best for us in the long run. Subjective judgments are so easy to make and feel so good that we're happy to endlessly perseverate on them. Our brain's inclined to neglect and minimize any decision that requires the hard work of real data analysis. Take a gander at your own to-do list and you'll probably notice that the simple tasks get done most days. But there are always some tasks that week after week just keep getting forwarded to the next day. Odds are those tasks probably require hard choices and the suppression of your instinctual impulses. So how can you avoid bike shedding and motivate groups to take action on the important things? Follow these 4 steps. Number 1, set a specific decision-making agenda. Put the tough, mission-critical decisions at the top of that list. Carefully remove subjective discussions and items not vital to success. Number 2, set a time limit on discussion. If the group knows there's a timer counting down to a decision vote, they'll be more likely to comment constructively and succinctly. Number 3, limit participation to key decision makers. Remember, the more people involved in the discussion, the more bike shedding is likely. And tactic number 4, build a representative input system. Don't invite a zillion people to an input meeting. That's too many. Large group discussions tend to be dominated by extroverts and have exponentially greater risk of wandering into the weeds. Instead, have individual managers run several smaller, tightly structured listening sessions. Then, each manager can convey the best ideas to the senior team making the final decision. If you'd like to learn more about how cognitive biases can distort the judgment of our own abilities, I've got another video for you. Click on the link right here to see that video now. So remember, a group's natural inclination is to avoid conflict and to prioritize the small stuff. The best way to get things accomplished is to have a tight agenda and to actively facilitate the deliberation. Don't just attend your meeting, manage it like a focused leader should. Right now, I'm working on another video on how cognitive biases tempt us to make bad financial choices. If you'd like to be alerted when that video is completed, just click on my face below to subscribe. And be sure to click that alert bell too. And I've created tons more videos on how brain science can help you make smarter money choices. Click on this box right here to see the full playlist. I'm Graeme Newell, and that's Better Decisions Through Brain Science.